to go ahead and do a basic ankle sprain. This is a basic lateral ankle sprain. It will be slightly modified if it's a medial ankle sprain. I may do another edit to this, or maybe we can chat about it another time. But for right now, this is your basic. I want you to try to do this the same way I'm doing it for a little while. Get your practice in. From then, once you understand what needs to be here, you may be able to modify it. But for right now, they all should be about the same. First thing is tough skin. Tough skin's to protect the skin. It also helps to get the pre-wrap to adhere. We also want to make sure we use heel pads. You want to put them right where the waist of the ankle is, because this is where your tape tends to accumulate on both sides, where the curve is. Come on over here. Hardest thing to put on pre-wrap. You might want to try to copy the way I do it until you get better at it. It's just going to take practice. People have a harder time with this than tape. I usually go around. When I get to the bottom, I do a little heel lock. When I come back around, I cover the heel. I'll heel lock again to get down to the bottom, go around, and back to the top. You want to try to put as little of that as you can, or else it just gets to be too much. You tape the pre-wrap instead of the ankle. Make sure your athlete keeps their foot dorsiflexed. First pieces of tape we're going to put down are called anchor strips. I like you to start out by putting 2. They're about half the width of the tape on top of each other. This is where all your other tape will attach. Go ahead, put them on the front of the foot. When you put them on the front of the foot, you'll notice I'm not pulling it, I'm laying it down. If you put this down too tight, it'll cause cramping in the foot. They'll cut it off. They'll want it off. They'll want it off. Lateral sprain, we're going to start medially. When we lay this down, the tape is going to go directly over the malleolus, covering it. You can't see it on that side, but it should be the same on this side. Here's your malleoli, and it's directly over. When you put the second one down, you want to fan it slightly forward. But when it comes under the foot, it's pretty much over the last strip. As it comes over, you'll see it'll fan on this side too. I didn't make it go there. That's just the shape of the ankle is going to do that. That goes with all this tape. Lay it down, don't force it. When I put the third one on, I start behind the first one. When I come around, it does the same thing on the other side. See how it fans out? Then we want to cover up. This is going to hold the stair strips down. It's also going to cover the skin and protect it from the tape when we start going around and around. If you're using a elastic bandage, you don't have to cover as much. It's a little more forgiving. But when you're using the regular white tape, you want to make sure you cover all the skin. Here's what everybody struggles with. Heel locks. Right over the middle of the malleolus, around the waist of the calcaneus. Stay above the curve, don't go below it, or you're going to have problems. Lay the tape down. There's your first. The opposite side, exact same rules. You're going to do 2 of these each side. The second one should be just over the top of the first one if it's in the right place. There's your traditional basic ankle sprain. If it's a severe ankle sprain, we put one more piece on. It's called figure 8. You're going to lay the tape over the front. It really is just a backwards heel lock. Comes around. Just need one of those. This is going to limit some plantar flexion of the foot. There's your ankle. You want to go ahead and close the top ends, or those frayed edges of the tape will roll up when they put their socks on and off. There it is. That's your basic ankle sprain.